Stream everyone. It's Saturday morning ahead of game week 8. I hope this is working all right. Again, forgive me if there's any kind of technical issues. That's because I'm new to streaming. This is only my third one I've ever done. But thanks to everyone who's kind of joined in already on the live chat. I've seen lots of comments going around. So yeah, if you want to get involved, then just go into the live chat section on the right of the video, it should be, and you should be able to then chat with people as well. Ask questions. I will try to get to them if I can. It's going to be a little bit awkward because I've got a lot going on. But yeah, like I say, welcome to game week 8. I'm sure a lot of you have been tinkering with your teams already. So here are the fixtures. So Palace, West Brom in the early kickoff. Villa, Stoke. Come on, Villa. You're going to win for me. Bournemouth, Watford, the two new promoted teams. City, Newcastle is probably the one to watch. Norwich, Leicester, Mahrez hopefully does the business. Sunderland, any Sunderland fans on here? I don't know, but you're struggling, so I don't know how you're gonna. If you're gonna win, then maybe today's the day. Chelsea, Southampton as well. Late kickoff today, and tomorrow's games are the big ones. Merseyside Derby, Arsenal, United, and Swansea Spurs. So if you've been following me on Twitter as well and in my other YouTube videos, I've also had a poll running for who I should captain this week. So I'm going to reveal the answers for you now, or the results. So here they are. So there were quite a lot of votes cast. So thank you to everyone that did vote. And the clear winner by far was Sergio Aguero. Maybe it's a little bit dull. Most like the safe choice. I did have him as captain to begin with anyway. And thanks for the 24 of you that voted Brad Guzan. I kind of half wanted that to come true because I love a random captain pick, but never mind. Payet second with 47. That was also one I was tempted by. But yeah, Aguero is getting the armband for me today. So I do have my final team. There it is, taking an 8-point hit this week. With the 3 transfers, Mata, Payet and Vardy coming in. We're getting rid of Yaya Toure, Shaqiri and... Who else was it? Costa, was it? No, sorry, Wilson getting rid for Vardy. So yeah, what do you reckon to this team? Feel free to let me know in the live chat as well. And thanks to everyone who picked my captain for me. I know Aguero is probably the most popular choice this week, and he is on borrowed time though. He has to do well this week or he's going to go. So yeah, let me know what you think about my team. And we've still got plenty of time to get to your teams as well. So let's actually just do that straight away with Dave's team. So if you want to tweet me your teams as well, I'll try to get to them. There were a few that actually came in, so I might not have time to get through everyone's team. But obviously, you can leave comment as well about your teams or ask questions. I see Fantasy Yermar, not Mymar, Yermar. He's online as well. And Mark Lingard, who's an expert on fantasy football, he's in the chat. So yeah, please leave your questions in there as well. They'll help you out if I don't get to your team. So Dave's team, he's ranked pretty high. 375 points overall, which is smashing me. I think I'm on 290 something. Is not very good, but yeah, so this team is very good, and he's going for a bold captain pick maybe with Gomes. Doesn't have Aguero either, so that's quite interesting. No Martial either as well, so he's kind of a little bit nervous. But yeah, let me know what you think about David's team. It looks pretty solid to me with the Arsenal backline, although yeah, you got the clash there with United and Arsenal, so that might be an issue, but obviously then you're hoping for a, I don't know, low scoring game with the defence filled up in that game. I don't know. I guess it's just like with the case of different transfers, then that's the way the games go. Sometimes players are going to play against each other. You can't really avoid that. So yeah, it looks like a strong team to me, to be honest. So yeah, no real changes. I can't suggest anything, but if anyone can suggest any changes for David, then yeah, leave that in the live chat. That'll be good. And get into a question from Reese as well. Asked me on Twitter using the hashtag FFMLive. Guys, I am keeping an eye on that hashtag if you want to ask your question on there as well. But Reese is asking, do you think there are any consistent FPL winter performers? So Maybe that's one for the veterans. So maybe Mark Lingard or Yerma, if you can answer that, then yeah, maybe you can answer that for Reese. I mean, for me, the winter break is kind of a lottery when you have all those games close together. So thinking like over Boxing Day and New Year's, you've got games like what was it, like 3 and 5 days sometimes. So I guess it's those players that kind of handle the cold maybe. They're the ones that are going to do well for you over the winter break. It might be a bit too early to think about that, although we are kind of getting there. Um, so yeah, I don't have any kind of suggestions from my side, but I don't know, in the chat maybe you're going to get some help with that question. I think it is a good question though, coming up with the winter coming up soon. But sorry, I don't have a kind of a specific answer for you on that one. Campil asked any suggestions for his team. So again, he's gone without Aguero. So maybe that's one where you've kind of been hiding behind your the sofa watching the City game, because yeah, I'm predicting the City are going to do well against Newcastle, and it's about time Aguero got some goals. So I think today is the day he's going to do it. But you've already got De Bruyne and Kolarov in there, so not bad. And Payet captain, I love that. I mean, it's probably maybe not like the most obvious choice compared to some of the players you do have. Obviously, with Sanchez being in there, and maybe De Bruyne being a captain pick as well. But there's no reason why any team coming up against Sunderland now, they should be on your radar. So yeah, I agree with that one. Another team here from Twitter as well. So good point, asking about the all-out attack chip. Now I'm not going to play mine just yet, although I don't really know when I'm going to play it. I've not really planned it. Maybe it's for a week like this one where you've got that attacking prowess. So you've got Mahrez on the bench waiting there. Would you replace Martin? Would you replace Kolarov? Obviously, the Villa player, Amavi, I'm not going to be suggesting you take him out because Villa are going to get a clean sheet today, right? So, I mean, it's up to you, I guess. If you want to have fun with it and play your all-out attack chip, then do it, because that's what this game's all about. It's having a laugh and, yeah, trying things out, I guess. I mean, I try and make it a bit more fun. So, yeah, I would go for it if I were you and that's what you were thinking. I don't know when I'm going to play mine. I don't know. Is it a double game week thing? You tell me. Maybe. Is anyone else playing their chips? Again, leave it in the comments. That would be cool. But for me, I just say, yeah, do it if it feels right. Another question as well, or another team tweeted to me. So this was Timmy C with his lineup, again going for Payet captain. Am I saying it right? Payet, whatever. Payet captain. He's got Mata in there, which I like. Barkley as well. I was actually looking at him for Everton. I know Everton should be coming good at some point, right? So yeah, why not have Barkley in there? Pella up front, again, no Aguero either. So yeah, that might be one where you're kind of looking at other teams thinking, crap, Aguero's in there. Aguero's going to get the points. But, I mean, that's solid enough, that team for me. Again, you've got the kind of the mix of the United and Arsenal, but I guess a lot of people will have that. So for me, that's a solid team. And it'll be interesting to know where you are in my league. So I don't have the league to hand, although I do have the top 10, if anyone's interested. So yeah, I'm nowhere to be seen on either the top 10, the top page, or even the top 250. So I've got, I think I'm on page 6 maybe of the league, which is annoying because it takes a long time to find out where I am. But maybe, yeah, that's one for the live chat as well. If you guys are in my league, then yeah, let us know where you are in the standings. These teams are the ones in the top 10 right now, doing really well. And top of, nearly 600, I think it is, in the league now. So it's pretty good. And yeah, some funny names in there as well. Lord of the Ings, Mark, very good. I like that. So yeah, hopefully this week is a chance for everyone to go higher in my league. Actually, yeah, David, who's actually 8th in the league, was the team I showed at the beginning. So yeah, if you want to see, this is a top 10 team at the moment. So yeah, maybe that's the way forward compared to my team, which is this one, which is kind of struggling down on page 6 at the moment. But you never know. I could go up. Hopefully I will. But yeah, we'll see. So I think I've got a few more teams to show as well. So Maxim, I know you were live on the chat as well. Going with Mahrez captain, interestingly. Now it worked for me a couple of weeks ago when he got 11 points. That was really good. And yeah, why not? I mean, Leicester, obviously they got battered against Arsenal, but maybe it was time for Arsenal to step up and bring Leicester down to earth a little bit. But I mean, they've got the skills, so Norwich may be struggling a little bit. I think that is a solid captain pick, to be honest. And again, you can have fun with that one. I like also in this team, he's got Dyer at the back for Spurs, but he is basically playing in midfield at the moment, so he is getting forward a lot, and obviously that is good for FPL. So yeah, nice one. And also wanted to highlight FPL Tips' final team. I don't know if you're on the stream watching, or if you've been on YouTube a while, you may have seen his videos as well. So they're pretty good. He'll actually go in and maybe a bit more detailed analysis on players' stats and things than I do. I'm just kind of going for fun, I guess, rather than in-depth analysis. But yeah, so this is his team and looks pretty good, apart from maybe the West Brom. For me being a Villa fan, I can't put West Brom players in my team. It just doesn't feel right. It feels dirty doing that. So yeah, that's the only kind of suggestion I'd have, is get those boys out. But maybe from an FPL point of view, then it is a good move. And obviously, yeah, we've got Sanchez in there and going Aguero captain, which I think a lot of people will be doing. And it's probably the best play I can kind of suggest. So yeah, that's kind of a few of the teams I wanted to cover and just show you guys, actually. Hopefully there might be a few more on Twitter now. I'm kind of half in between live streaming and live chat and things like that. But yeah, keep your questions coming in. Let me just try and see if I can get to a couple more. 2 seconds. Okay, so interestingly, some people are going for Vardy as captain. So obviously he's the top scorer of the attackers. Yeah, is he going to keep that form up? We'll see. Is Giroud finally starting for Arsenal? I don't know. It looks like Theo's doing a good enough job up top, so I don't see how Giroud can actually come back in. But yeah, we'll see. So guys, bear with me a second. I am getting onto Twitter, so hang on. Let me just change this stream so you can see what I'm dealing with. It might actually be useful. Aha, there we go. Right, sound should be back. So see, this is the fun and games of doing a live stream when you've not really done them much before. Like I say, this is only the second, third one I've done. So yeah, I'm learning as I go, and it might be worth having the live chat open as well. Lost the sound. All right, so the sound should now be back. And I was just saying about Mika's team here on Twitter that basically he's asking about the all-out attack chip. And I would play it if you want to get those Swansea boys in against Spurs. And obviously I would take out Evans because he's West Brom and I'm a Villa fan. Let's see. Fantasy Yerma, you are invited and you are online. So there you go. And Aaron, I have started the stream for you as well. Let's see if we've got a few more. Awesome. Yeah, thanks a lot for these guys. This is really cool getting all your teams in. I'm actually taking notes and going to want to maybe steal some ideas in the future. So yeah, like this guy, who's that? Sorry, that was Matt James. There you go. There's your team. So go in Vardy captain, as you said. Solid pick. And obviously the question mark over my hill, but that's just me. I can't think of any kind of suggestions for this team. I can't add really anything there. Obviously the one thing being no City players in this lineup, especially today when they've got Newcastle. But I mean, yeah, away at City, it's going to be a lot harder than at home. So that'll be the one concern, is the lack of City in there. But you should have enough players in there to bring you a big points haul. So yeah, I'd be happy with that, to be honest. And Reece, your team as well. So Aguero captain, solid pick. Chadley is in there. Yeah, I had fun and games with Chadley a couple of weeks ago with the captain pick. Didn't really work. And then he was, I think, basically he was the reason why my team failed so badly last year. Not last year, last week, was because Chadley was benched. And then when he came on, he should have scored. But the little son took it off the line. So that was really annoying. But anyway, yeah, solid enough team, I think, with De Bruyne in there as well. I'd be happy with that, and it's probably doing a lot better than mine. So maybe if you can put your points total in the chat if you're watching, then yeah, that would be just a nice bit of context for everyone. Tudor, what do I think? That bench though, yeah, so all the red in there, not a pretty sight for FPL managers, but that's what happens over a long season. I mean, you're not going to find a player who's fit every single week. It's just something you have to deal with. And De Bruyne captain, I like that. And obviously, yeah, missing Aguero, but it's probably the wise choice now because Aguero has been so poor lately. But yeah, we'll see how he gets on. Maybe, yeah, the one question mark, again, I've had with other teams is McCarthy. He was in my team, but didn't start last week. So, yeah, is that an issue? Obviously, yeah, if you're going to struggle to get a goalkeeper if he doesn't start because Courtois is injured, or suspended, whatever it is. So, yeah, unlucky with that one. But yeah, well, we'll find out soon, right? It's 25 minutes until the lineups are known for the Palace game. So yeah, we'll see. And Kyle's team as well. What do I think of this? So Aguero captain, I'd be happy with that, as I am with my team. The United links, yeah, you got the 3 United boys in there. Butland was probably the one doubt because Villa are going to score a lot of goals today, and that's my prediction. But actually, I do like Jack Butland. He did play for Cheltenham at one point, which is the kind of my local team, or where I'm from in England. So yeah, I've got a kind of soft spot for him because yeah, he's one of the Cheltenham boys. But hopefully he does badly today. But yeah, decent enough team. I don't know if you've started maybe not from Dingby 1 being ranked there. Maybe you don't want me to highlight that too much. But yeah, good luck for this week, and thanks for the tweet. I appreciate that. And we've got Aaron's team as well, who's getting in touch a lot. So thanks, Aaron. Keep it up, and going Aguero captain as well. So that seems like the pretty steady choice. And Silva's in there, and Kolarov as well. So yeah, I guess a lot of people are hoping for a big win from City today, and yeah, I am one of them. So yeah, we'll see. Nice team. FPL Things has DM'd me his team. I'll get to that in a second. So let's skip on to FPL Junior's team. Again, Aguero's in there. Good. De Bruyne captain, though. No one's gone for Sanchez captain yet. I mean, he got the hat-trick last week. I mean, yeah. Is Sanchez a viable captain pick this week at home to United? I know United's defence have been solid, but if Arsenal step up their game even more, then yeah, maybe Sanchez should be one. And again, on the chat, you've got Sigurdsson being overlooked as well. Not many people going for the Swansea boys. Maybe it's just Ayew and Gomes who are getting all the attention. But Sigurdsson did he score last week or an assist? But yeah, so maybe that's one to bring in down the line, because obviously last season he started off so well. Might be an interesting one for future as well. So like I say, guys, I'm not the expert for this. I just like talking about it. So if you can suggest any tips for me, then I will be taking note of this. Let me just bring the chat over so I can actually see who's talking. So Mark Lingard, who did actually win, or was top of the fantasy league in South Africa last year, with in the Ultimate FPL, was it? I would follow this guy's advice. He knows a lot more about this game than I do, and yeah, so if you've got any questions in the chat, maybe Mark, if you can step in and answer some, that I would really appreciate it. But let's get to a couple more teams. We've got, still got 20 minutes till the deadline, so no rush. So Jack's team here, pay a captain, like it. Again, Aguero missing. Demichelis, interesting. I know he had a few games last season where he did score and was, brought in a lot of points, but he's not really looked like too much of an attacking threat this season. Maybe he's getting a bit older, a bit slower, so maybe he's struggling to get forward. But, I mean, today is the day for City, I think. I guess everyone's kind of looking at that, right? And, yeah, they should do really well. On the bench, Jiff, I like to see that because, we don't want anyone doing well against Villa. So, that's fine. I don't even know who this guy is. Soiree? No, I mean, sorry, Palace fans, I don't know. But Martin on the bench, maybe I'd have him further up just in case one of the defenders don't play. I mean, they will start, right? But I like Martin as well. He's in my team, so it's a strong enough team. It would be interesting to know where you are in the league again, because maybe your opinion is better than mine. That'd be interesting. Okay, cool. So we've got a few more teams coming in. This is working pretty well. I thought this would be a better time to actually do this live stream. The last one I did was during the Champions League, where maybe people were actually watching those games as opposed to thinking FPL. Thanks a lot, everyone, and keep them coming in. I really appreciate it. And this is a lot of fun for me. I think I've figured out how this works now. Any feedback you have about the stream and about just the experience of watching it and chatting away, then let me know, because obviously I'll try and improve it in the future. But anyway, enough of that. Let's get to Rival Rifles team. Interesting Twitter name. But he's gone for Rooney captain. Okay, so that is probably the boldest choice I've seen so far. Rooney should... he obviously got the goal last week, but that was against Sunderland. But maybe that's what it takes for him to then start kicking on and actually doing well again for United. But interestingly, no Arsenal players in there. Now, I haven't even got one either. So, I'm kind of hiding behind my sofa a little bit when Arsenal play because, Arsenal are pretty good. Otherwise, I like Dyer is at the back. And who's got on the bench? Sorry. And... the bench is all right. Mignolet, I don't know. But any feedback for this one, then put that in the chat. That'd be good. But for me, the Rooney captain could pay off because no one else is doing that by the looks of things. So I like it. So Mark Elias, you are Lord of the Ings, I believe. Rank in the top 3,500 in the world. I think he's definitely in the top 10 in my league. 390 points overall, so a very solid team, and going for Aguero captain. So I'm happy that I've got Aguero as captain in my team now after seeing that. It looks pretty strong to me. De Bruyne in there, Francis, question mark over the Palace boys, but the West Brom boys, but what can you do? And interestingly, Klein on the bench as well. And Sinclair. So I would be having Scott Sinclair start all the time, but maybe that's just because I'm biased. But he could be on for another 14-point haul. Let's see. And Thomas's teams tweeted me going for Mahrez captain. I like it. I like midfielders as captain. I think obviously when they do score, then it pays off bigger. So Sanchez Obviously showed that last week, really good. But obviously I've left it up to you guys for my team this week. I've put it to the vote, and the results were in, and it was Aguero as my captain. So I don't know if anyone wants to copy me, then fine. Or if you think that I'm going to fail, then go for something else, like Thomas has done with Mahrez. Cool. So what have we got left? 15 minutes. All right. So I've seen a lot of teams coming in. That's really good. But has anyone got any questions for me, or in the live chat, I might just have a quick review of what's already been said. So yeah, because I'm trying to keep up, talk about teams and do all this at the same time. So yeah, a few comments. My brother's been in touch saying that Newcastle will roll over as usual. I kind of hope so. 10 minutes, a bit longer, 15 now, but all right. So Mark is starting Butland, interestingly. Cool. Yeah, good point as well from my brother. Pella doesn't score away from home. Yeah, so that's probably one to just be aware of with Southampton. Reese confirming that you're 15th in my league. Awesome. Um, all right, so as the deadline is fast approaching, I just maybe wanted to suggest, or maybe just get you guys talking about your biggest deadline day or deadline day disasters. Like, who's made it like the worst last minute change to their team? I am thinking of making a last minute change to my team, but I won't do it because I've already taken the 8-point hit. So I know maybe last week, if you took out Sanchez, I saw a few people on Twitter who were talking about that, going, "Oh, I shouldn't have done it." So yeah, maybe that's one for you guys to talk about as well. That'd be pretty funny. And while you're kind of thinking about that, I did have another team tweeted at me. So thanks, Kieran, for tweeting your team. And yes, finally, someone who has got Rudy Gustede in their team. Rudy for Villa. Yes, great choice. I think Villa are going to win today. They should. They should win comfortably. And where are the goals coming from? Either Scott Sinclair or Rudy. So yeah, happy to see that finally someone's got him in their team. And in the midfield, Chelsea, yeah, Pedro's in there. I like it. Sorry, I'm just reading the chat. So someone's changed Mahrez to Kolarov. Oh dear. That didn't work out so well last week, I'm guessing. Aha, the chief is on board. So yeah, welcome aboard FPL Hints. Again, guys, if you've got any questions, then FPL Hints, I'm sure, will be happy to help out. He knows his stuff, as well as Mark Lingard, as I suggested. Fantasy Yamar, maybe not the expert, but he'll give you a laugh as well if he's still on. Hopefully. Okay. So Carl just explains his team maybe with the ranking. Made loads of transfers and forgot to play wildcard. So yeah, maybe that's a new thing for those players who are new. Is that if you do want to make transfers all the time, then just be wary that it's gonna cost you points. So yeah, sorry FPL things. I was gonna get to your team. I forgot from the DMs. So let's have a look now. If it loads for me. So yeah, here's the game week 8 team. So taking out Klein and Wilson, obviously with the injury for Wilson. Tossed and turned between Kun and Silva as captain, but Aguero gets the armband for FPL things. Yeah, looks a solid lineup for me. Is Begovic going to be starting? Probably, yeah, so that's fine. Obviously, you got McCarthy on the bench, he probably won't play. Westwood, for me, not so much a good option. I know, yeah, I'm a Villa fan, I'm biased, but I don't think he's much of a creative force. He takes a lot of free kicks, but he is more defensive minded. So yeah, probably a good idea. You've got him on the bench. Other than that, very solid team. Well, you say that apart from the West Brom again. But But yeah, I see a lot of the same trio of City players. I know I've got Kolarov and Aguero. I did have Yaya, but yeah, you've got Silva instead. But maybe KDB is one to be looking at as well. So yeah, FPL hints the Chief going for Kevin De Bruyne as captain. Again, I think that's a very good shout with the midfielders. When they do score, it gets you the bigger points. Thanks, Fantasy Yurmar. He's off. Maybe use the hashtag score Yurmar if you want to get in touch with him as well to kind of brag about your team. Or again, guys, if you want to get in touch with your teams throughout the weekend, then that's fine. I'll be on Twitter where I can actually share kind of the success stories or maybe the failures like I did last week when I only got, 28 points with the 4-point hit. Yeah, that wasn't good. But yeah, like I say, like this is only for me about having fun, and talking about teams and talking about FPL is fun for me. It's not about so much winning and losing. Obviously, it feels good when you do win, but yeah, there we go. Anyway, getting to Charles's team, Charlie. Not sure about the Swansea boys. I would be happy having them in. I mean, looking at your bench, Chadley, I don't think he's going to be starting anytime soon because you've got Eriksen now coming back. So yeah, the Danish power is in there. So yeah, Chadley maybe not a great option. Target as well, rotation risk as well as Oxford. So I mean, you're kind of stuck right now with those Swansea boys, I guess. I don't know if you've made any transfers or played wild cards or anything like that, but I'd be happy with that because Swansea are at home, is strong, and obviously Aguero captain, again, solid choice. And the 3 United boys, I guess the kind of missing one in this team is any Arsenal players, but that's the way it goes sometimes. And also, guys, actually, it'd be interesting to debate. I've had this kind of discussion with other people before about having 3 players from the same team. Now, I know I did have with the City players. Obviously, this team's got 3 from United. Is it a good thing to have 3 players from the same team, or is it better to have just 2 players from the same team? Maybe that's one for you guys to actually discuss. It'd be quite interesting looking forward to maybe next week, so I can actually kind of take that advice on board and chop and change my team a little bit. But I'd just be interested just to hear your thoughts on that. Is it best to have 2 players from a team or 3? And Timmy C has got a second team, and that on its own is maybe a controversial thing, having 2 teams. So I have kind of put all my eggs in one basket, having the one. But yeah, feel free if you've got 2 teams, that's fine. Although maybe not so good if I had prizes in my league, which I don't right now, but maybe I will at some point. But yeah, anyway. So yeah, looking at this team as well, you got Fabianski in goal, so it's decent enough. And again, yeah, the United boys been solid at the back, so why shouldn't that continue? Well, I guess the only the warning would be about Arsenal being on such good form, or they did look good last week, so maybe that's the kind of risky one, having those United players in there. I do like, obviously, Rudy being in there as well. Happy days. Rudy is going to get all the points, and a Villa clean sheet today will be nice. So yeah, thanks FPL Things for that little plug as well. Appreciate that. And let's see, we've got a few more teams. So yeah, Bartek, Yaya Toure obviously going out for Houlihan. Decent, and Payet, captain. I would be happy with that team as well. But again, yeah, you got the 3 City boys. Obviously, Yaya's out this week, but maybe in future, is that a risky thing? I don't know. A couple of questions as well I see on the chat. One's telling me to scroll down my notifications a bit. Ricky Evans, have you tweeted me your team? But I did have a question as well. There we go. The question of if I should get rid of Pedro. So Kieran, I don't think you should. I mean, I'm looking at Chelsea's games, and obviously, yeah, Hazard is the one where you could think about bringing them in. But with Chelsea's upcoming games, I think it'll be silly to get rid of Pedro for anyone else than a Chelsea player. So I'd be happy with that. And getting to Ricky's team, thanks for tweeting me this. Richie, my guy Richie, from the first week I had him in, and then I took him out when I played my wild card back in, what was it, game week 4, and then he goes and scores maybe 2 weeks after. So yeah, that was annoying for me, but I like him. I think he's actually a really decent player, having actually watched him a couple of times. Yeah, I like it. And Brett, I'll get to yours in a second. Deeney up front, I'm not sure about that. I don't know if he's now out of favour. Now the Igalo, however you pronounce his name, that he's in and on fire. So maybe that's one to look out for. And also, actually, that's interestingly, I saw a couple of teams that were at the top of my league actually playing 4-5-1 in their formations. So I don't know, is anyone else going for a more defensive lineup this week? That'll be interesting to see. I like the 5 in midfield. So yeah, that'll be interesting. So instead of all-out attack, maybe like the all-out defense might be, or park the bus, you could call it. That might be a nice one as well to kind of discuss. We'll get to a few more teams as well, I think. Interesting. Yeah, so Bretsby, thanks for getting in touch. So I know, again, this is a guy who is active on YouTube as well. So I thought I'd just give you a little plug. And you did actually buy me a pint, so I appreciate that. So yeah, go check him out as well, guys. I don't know, I could actually put a link. I'll put a link in the live chat at the end of this as well, so you can get to his channel. But just looking at his team, again, Payer, captain, decent, and I'd be happy with that myself. Maybe the combination, again, United and Arsenal, because there's a clash, then fine. Yeah, and Hart is in goal. Yeah, actually, yeah, 2 very good keepers. You got Hart and De Gea as well, very good. Obviously, the glaring omission from the starting lineup for Brett's team is Scott Sinclair. I would have him starting and even consider him as a captain pick. I secretly wanted him to win the vote, but Aguero got the armband for me, so yeah, that's only my suggestion. But yeah, solid enough team. I think actually we're on pretty much the same points overall, so that's interesting. But yeah, I just wanted to give your team a shout out as well. So I appreciate the support. And also, guys, if you want to check him out on YouTube, then you can do. Yeah, it goes, again, quite in-depth on kind of the stats of the team rather than maybe so much having fun with it like I tried to do. But yeah, really good advice. And obviously, yes, maybe not the best performing points-wise, but really good videos and well put together. So yeah, thanks for getting in touch. Dave Matteo, your team, or Matteo. Coutinho out for Paye. Yeah, I agree. Solid move. And that should be fine, I think. Glenn Johnson, interesting. Again, with the Villa, they're going to win today. So, yeah, unlucky. You're not going to get many points from that. But yeah, that's just me. My prediction. But yeah, Aguero captain, solid enough pick. I would be happy with that. Anyone got any suggestions as well? So Dave is actually on the chat. Should have dropped Gomez for Dyer. Yeah, probably because yeah, obviously Dyer's playing so much further forward than just an all-out defender. But yeah, I wouldn't worry too much about maybe 1 week off. I'm actually thinking that Liverpool-Everton could be quite a low-scoring game. I mean, I've got that prediction wrong in the past, but it could be. And yeah, so Gomez, maybe if he does play, that's maybe the one problem is that he won't actually start for Liverpool. I don't know. I haven't really been following them that much, but that could be an issue. Okay, getting some more teams. So Timmy C is kind of gaming this live chat. He's got, or the live stream, he's got now 3 teams featured, but this is his brother's team. Yeah, Silver captain, I like it again. Midfielders, due the points, 5 in the midfield, strong. Igalo, I like. I was actually kind of half tempted to bring him in for Wilson, but then Vardy, I couldn't ignore either. So yeah, decent. But let's give someone else a chance, because now that's the 3rd team I've featured for you. So let's have a look at Fantasy Eagles. So I know he's a big Palace fan. So yeah, he's got McCarthy and Sacco. Now, I guess the question mark is if McCarthy's going to play. If not, then don't worry. Then you have got solid backup with Brad Guzan. I would be obviously very happy with that because I've got him in my team. Bojan I was going to have from game week 1, and then he didn't do anything. But yeah, so that's good to see him on the bench because he's not going to do anything today. The one that stands out for me is actually Christian Eriksen. I really like him. Obviously, not being biased that I now live in Denmark, but Christian Eriksen is a great player in my opinion and better than Chadley. So maybe down the line I'm going to swap Eriksen into my team. But again, the five in the midfield is pretty much the most popular formation by the looks of things, and I would be very happy with that team. I don't know if anyone's got any suggestions for this team as well. But yeah, thanks for bringing it to my attention. FPL hints that the deadline has nearly passed. So 1 minute to go, and I've got this nice little image there. So it looks like we're basically there, guys, at the deadline. I hope that everyone kind of found this semi-useful, and hopefully you enjoyed it being interactive as well. That's kind of the whole point of my channel, is to get you guys involved. And so yeah, let's talk about teams. Obviously now the deadline has passed. It's maybe too late to make any changes. So there you go. 12:45 for me anyway, because I'm an hour ahead of most people. Deadline is done. Any changes now cannot be made. Your teams are all locked in. Yeah, thanks a lot for joining me on this. That was actually really good fun. And let's just bring me back if I can. There we go. Right, so I'm back on. And yeah, I really enjoyed that. So thanks a lot, guys, for joining in. I don't know if anyone is on the chat and they want to keep on chatting. That's cool. I'll stay online for a little bit as well. So I was just thinking that maybe the transfer tips that came up from this, then you'd actually get those in. But it looks like now we're kind of all done. So obviously no more changes. But yeah, interestingly enough, the early game is about to. Team news should be out actually. So stick with me. I'll try and get that team news as well. So I should be getting that through Twitter. Bear with 2 seconds. All right. So yeah, it is West Brom, Crystal Palace. Right. Team news is in. So bear with me a second. I am looking at Twitter while I do this. Myhill starts for Albion. Johnny Evans as well. I'm actually watching their little video. I don't know if anyone's seen that on their Twitter channel. Morrison, Brunt. That's innovative way to do it, I guess. James McLean, Berahino, and Macaulay as well. So yeah, no real. I don't know. I haven't got any West Brom players, so I don't particularly care about that. But maybe, yeah, Palace, there you go. The team news is in. Hennessy starts. So anyone who's got McCarthy, unlucky. He's not playing again. He's out. So that might be one to think about for potential transfers. Hennessy starts. Yeah. And Balassi, Gale, Punchin, Zaha, McCarthy, Cabaye. Cabaye for me is one to very much keep an eye on. I kind of hope he does well today, obviously, because I want West Brom to fail. But yeah, for FPL-wise, then Cabaye is actually on my radar. I'm looking at him. So maybe that's one for Fantasy Eagles to have a think about. So yeah, no Sacco either. Interesting. That's the point. Yeah, so no Sacco. He's on the bench. So again, unlucky if you've got him in your midfield. So yeah, I don't know, guys, if you want me to stick around for a little bit longer, I can. I can even come back to some of the teams that I got tweeted. There are just a couple more before the deadline, or just after the deadline. But let me know, I can switch up again. So yeah, why not? Let's do that. So guys, as well, just to give you a behind the scenes look, this is what I'm looking at. Yeah, it's a little bit complicated doing this, but I think the end result looks pretty good, so I'm really happy with that. And again, any feedback you've got about the stream, then that's more than welcome. So let's get back to this. Right, so we've got a few more teams that did come in, so maybe we can just chat about this team. Okay, Twitter's broken. Try that again. All right, so I've got a few people asking me to stay on, so yeah, it's fine. It's Saturday. I mean, I'm not really. I'm gonna watch Palace West Brom, I guess, but I haven't really got a big interest because none of my players are in it. But I'll be watching anyway. So yeah, Aaron's team. This stream should stay on during games. Yeah, that'd be nice, right? Anyway, let's get to Aaron's team quickly. Aguero captain. Yep, I'm happy with that. I would go for that as well. Let's see if that's actually still working. Yep, good. Hazard as well for me. Like I said earlier, their upcoming games, Chelsea games are looking really good. So I would try and get more Chelsea boys in my team. Now I'm kind of, it's not really what I'm doing, but yeah, we'll see. It looks like they've got upcoming games that are really tasty. So Chelsea, I think, are the way forward for the next couple of weeks. But anyway, nice team and good luck. And Evan's team, I think, if I remember rightly, Evan, he's 36th in my league, which is very good. And for the first time on this stream, I'm seeing Sanchez as captain. So yeah, I think that's probably a decent shout. Obviously, you've got the clash of United and Arsenal, but it's the way it goes. Lukaku's in there. Mahrez, Barkley, I like. Vardy, decent. And Joe Hart going in goal for you as well, as opposed to Myhill. Good, solid decision. Like it. So thanks a lot for that team as well. Obviously, it might be too late to make any changes, but I do appreciate you tweeting me that. So now we've got maybe just back to the chat in general. So someone asking me what my favourite player is. Well, take your pick from Villa's lineup, I guess. I don't really have a favourite player. Interesting. Fantasy Eagles mentions of Eriksen and Bojan transfers this week. Okay, good. I like Eriksen, very good player. That's solid enough. Anyone got any bets on? No, I don't bet. Keith Neal saying that this will be the place to be in the near future. I completely agree. I love doing this kind of stuff. It's all good fun. I would be talking about fantasy football pretty much anyway, like at work or with my mates or anyone who's bored enough to listen. I will be talking about this anyway, and I just want to kind of spread that to YouTube and Twitter and everywhere else. Really, I know there are a lot of people like me that like talking about fantasy football. So let's keep this up. And my mission is to actually keep on talking about fantasy football every week. So hopefully do a preview video and a review video before and after the game weeks. But I think this is actually quite a fun way of doing it. Just have you guys live chatting with me and with a live stream as well. It's good fun, right? And while we're at it, my brother's tweeted me his team going for Igalo captain. Yes, I like that. Differential potential, and he needs to make up ground. Yes, I'm pretty much in the same boat. Obviously, this week I've got Aguero captain, but that was because I left it up to the people. I wanted people to vote on my team, which people did. So thank you again for doing that. I can show you how many actually did. Just do this quickly, the behind the scenes stuff on my website. But the game we got 8 captain vote got 278 votes. And again, the results were Aguero being my captain. Guzan got 24 votes. Amazing. So own up whoever did that. It's very funny. I appreciate that as well, guys. That's really good. And hopefully it kind of adds a little bit more like interactiveness or interactivity about my videos as well. So, because that's it. I want you guys to get involved and just have fun with it basically. And I'm kind of struggling for what else to talk about. But actually, guys, if you want to go over to my website, I do have one now as well. It's fantasyfootballmanager.net, where I do try and kind of blog about things, either like live streams or my team or anything like that. It's actually, yeah, I'm really happy with it actually. If I can kind of just show you it, there you go. I'll give you a give it a plug. So here again, you've got kind of me just writing articles on either what I learned from the first live stream and what I've hopefully implemented this time. So basically doing it at the right time. Things like votes on who I should have as captain. I did one before about who I should swap Benteke and Costa with, and that worked out not so well because I had Wilson and Martial. Obviously, Martial did well, but yeah, the rest of the team were pretty bad. And I kind of go into depth about why I took the point hit that I did this week, and yeah, you'll maybe get a bit of a behind the scenes look at what I'm up to as well. This was actually my view last weekend of the football. I was out and about, so I didn't see how bad my team did live. But that was it. That's how it did. So yeah, thanks a lot actually for helping me bring in Martial because he was the best scorer. But yeah, wasn't that great. Anyway, back to just having a look at the live stream as well. So now I'm getting to the point where I didn't really plan much more. I wanted to talk about your teams. Hopefully I've got to everyone that tweeted me, and now I'm just kind of, riffing, I guess, just kind of coming up with stuff. The stream's been going nearly 50 minutes, or nearly an hour, and I did kind of think that, yeah, by the end of, when the deadline passed, then that was it. That was the end of the stream. But you guys kind of wanted me to carry on, and I see there are 20 odd people still on the live stream. So yeah, I can't do anything like stream the game through this, although that would be pretty fun if there was actually a service for that. But yeah, I think now that I'm kind of running out of things to talk about, I just wanted to again say thank you to everyone who did kind of get involved, and I'll switch back to me so you can see me. So yeah, thanks to everyone who did get involved in the stream. I really appreciate everyone getting in touch as well. That was really good. And hopefully this is the first of many. And yeah, we'll keep doing this throughout the season. Actually, for me, is a lot easier than doing my kind of edited videos. But I will carry on doing those as well. I know, a lot of people like them. And I have fun making them. It's just they do take a little bit of time to set up. But yeah, let me know. Again, all feedback is welcome in the live chat or in the comments if you're watching the recording of this video as well. Let me know. And I think this is it for now. Thank you again, and good luck to everyone for this week. I will speak to you all soon.